This is the section where we could put a previously on whackaroll bit, but all I'm gonna say is they're still exploring a big dungeon, and there's a fog monster. Hey everybody, welcome to Whackaroll Vagabonds. My name is Luke, I'm your GM, and apparently this week I want to catch 'em all.
Hi there, my name's Tom. I'm recording with two people sat behind me. It's very unnerving. And if Phalark was a Pokemon, he'd be Roserade, because it has flowers and a spooky mask.
Hi, I'm Dora, and I play Philippe. Now, if Philippe was a Pokemon, he would definitely be Smeargle. Imagine that boy with that little hat and some mullet hair sticking out underneath.
And I'm Al. If Yaga was a Pokemon, she'd be a Shiftry.
Okay, so the last time we left off, you guys were about to start a combat with a giant load of spirits descending from the ceiling. Could you all please now give me your initiative checks?
That's a 14.
Oh, 19.
22! Because I rolled a 20!
Of course, you got a nat 20. Just given the nat 1, Philippe, you're going to be sitting out this first round of combat, just as the creature will be getting what we call a surprise round on you. Phalark, you're fine, and Yaga with that nat 20, I think what we're going to do is say that nat 20 negates your nat 1, and then we're rolling initiative as normal for you.
Sorry, lads.
Okay.
We're fine.
The fog among the ceiling begins to descend, and you can see that it is this swirling mass of spirits, and they sort of begin to hauntingly crawl down the walls towards you, and they are going to strike at, I think, Yaga.
Okay.
Does 21 hit your AC?
Don't ask stupid questions.
I
Just
like
like
to
to
ask
show
stupid
off.
questions. They make me feel superior.
Yes, it hits.
Okay. You take 9 points of damage. 11 points of damage.
Oh, great.
And you must try now. Give me a DC. Oh, I'm not going to give you DC. What am I doing? A Constitution saving throw, please.
Oy vey. Hang on. Right. Oh! That's a bad sound. Where'd it go? Oh no! Oh no! That's only a 12.
12. You pass. Phalark, it's your turn. This entire this swarm of formless spirits are just lashing out. Just one of them sweeps down and almost passes through Yaga, and you can see it passes through her shoulder, and you can see where it went, just some of the skin turning black.
Ooh.
We're in a church, and there's ghosts. I kind of want to use the sensor. But
Good
I don't
idea.
know what it does.
You have no idea what it does.
You can still light it.
What do you do what do you do to use the sensor?
I assume there's something in it.
There's nothing in it, but I think you found some incense while you were in the same space.
So
Do you have that listed on your inventory?
Can you not prestidigitation like a tiny flame?
Yeah, I can do that. It's just if there's something to light. Oh, no, yeah, it's in the description for the sensor itself. Yes, I do a bit of a light on that. And start...
You light the sensor. That will be a bonus. I'd say that's a bonus action.
Right, just to light it, you mean?
Yeah,
Alright.
to get some incense. Okay. You pick up the sensor in your offhand, and you just sort of sure? stick a stick of incense in it and just click, give it a good finger lighter moment. And when the incense lights inside of it, you feel this sort of wash of relief over you.
Because you have died instantly.
This billowing smoke sort of starts to pour out, and it sort of creates almost this perfect ring around you, around 10-foot radius. Hey, that's helpful. Creating this smoke ring around you guys. Now, you don't feel any instant effect, but you do feel a little bit better.
Okay. In
Great.
what way? Do I feel better? Like
You just feel pretty good.
I feel
you
better
weren't-
about like
I
feel better about my weight. I feel better about state.
You feel almost enlightened, and all three of you do.
uh-huh.
Oh. Even though they're not in the 10-foot ring.
Yeah, they are in 10-foot
Oh,
ring.
yeah, in 10-foot radius. Cool.
You all tried to sneak to the exact same spot and fell apart.
Aw, shit! No, we're all just high.
Yeah, probably.
This is dead.
Just let us go. Whoa,
Nice.
nice.
You're not high.
Okay.
I mean,
Good,
I
because
guess I've
this
already had a
child.
bonus action because I was going to ask Yaga if she recognised the smells.
That would be a free action.
A free action.
Yeah, conversation's free.
Yaga, is this the good kush?
I rolled a 12. Is it the good kush?
Like fucking lavender.
Oh, no.
It's just incense, man.
No, it just smells nice.
In a 10-foot radius.
Also, because my mum listens to this podcast, and I can't let her know that I know what the good kush smells like.
I cast a sword burst. I create a momentary circle of spectral blades. I see spectral blades for spectral boys that sweep around me. Succeed on a Dex saving throw or take a D6 force damage.
Bleh. You got a nice sweet 2.
Okay, I need to remember how to play D&D.
Who's arrested?
And you also need to get away from the cops!
Oh my god, they're here! Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 damage. It's force damage, you said.
7 force damage.
And now roll the 1d4.
Is that what the thing did? Oh, I dropped it under the sofa. Oh, it was a 4 though, so 11.
11. And it was a 4 on the d4. You summon these giant spectral blades.
Yep.
And they slice into the swarm of spirits. And when you do, the incense almost flares up for a second with this bright white light. And you hear the spirits just go... Good to think I'm asthmatic.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think the ghosts are asthmatic.
Thanks, Tom. Okay. You can't make fun of my asthma.
Wasn't?
Yep, cool. That's your turn. Yaga, you're up.
I've been spending this whole time hoping that I had something in my spell list that did radiant damage. I believe I don't. So instead, I'm going to...
I
Hello?
love that every time you're trying to think, you just put a whammy bar in your
Hang on.
3 star points.
What does Flaming Sphere do?
It has a range of 60 feet, so... And pretty much the entire ceiling is ghost.
I'm gonna throw a sphere at the ghost. Big ceiling ghost. Right. Now let's remember how to cast spells because I sure as hell don't.
You don't need to do anything, it just goes, because this is a saving throw spell.
Is it?
So spells which require your opponent... Spells that require your opponent to make a saving throw, you don't cast. They just go off, and I roll the saving throw.
Sweet.
What's your spell save DC?
14.
That hits. Could you please give me your 2d6?
2d6. 5. And 1. 6.
6. And could you also roll 1d4?
4.
Wow. Okay, you guys, stop rolling the 4s, please. Again, like this giant ball of like flame appears outside that ring, and some of the smoke like rains up, like kind of like getting sucked into it. This holy smoke that's being produced from the sensor, and the spirit swarm just sort of like reels back from it in like with another shriek of agony. Philippe, it's not your turn because you missed your first round of combat for getting your stinky nat 1.
He's just on the floor going...
The spirit swarm descends further. Philippe, does 15 hit your AC?
I think it does. Let me look. Yes, it does.
You take 11 points of damage as a few of these spirits sort of like wrap themselves around your arm with this like pale white, and it feels cold and it burns at the same time. Could you please give me a Constitution saving throw?
It just hurts. Right, so I'm rolling. Cough, I'm rolling. What am I rolling on again? I've got my arts number here.
Constitution saving throw.
That's 6.
6. You feel like deathly ill all of a sudden.
Oh no.
And like it lingers
Have I got the plague?
inside of you. It
Sick,
feels
sick
like
little boy.
it feels like the insides of you have gone cold.
I should just...
Necrotic
It
damage.
is now.
Oh, wait. Is this going to be necrotic damage?
Probably.
Have you? No, but do you resist necrotic?
Resist necrotic damage. And I have advantage against any disease things as well.
Well.
Okay. Gain 2 HP.
Ooh, nice.
And some of that was necrotic damage.
Should have specified.
Okay. Well, yeah, you're right. Sure. Tom, does 23 hit your AC?
Yes.
You take 3 points of damage. Sorry, 5 points of damage. I keep forgetting it's got a +2. As one of these spirits just sort of like, it doesn't even like really hit you so much as it gently brushes up against your back. And could you please give me a Constitution saving throw?
Just rubs my back a little bit, like. Constitution saving throw. So that is a saving throw, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Dank. That's a 18.
18. You feel fine.
Nice. I don't want to roll a nat 20 on this, so it's like kind of into it. Bit the cold shoulder.
Great. Good joke. It is now your turn.
Sorry, I
so
found a spell I can use.
I want to cast fog. I'm not good at it, but I want to cast fog, so it's
You want to cast Fog Cloud?
on the fog cloud. It has an identity crisis. I cast chaos bolt. My favourite spell. Remember, it is undulating.
It is
It's
undulating.
important.
Roll the goddamn hit, Thomas.
I've forgotten how. Shut up, I was stalling. Alright, so I have to roll plus... My attack bonus is +7. Oh, not 20.
Nice.
That's a good number.
Jeez.
Please roll your damage. Well, first of all, what type is it?
Oh yes, of course I gotta do that first. So that's a D8. It's... So we are talking poison. Fuck, that's probably like the worst one it could have been. Yep.
Okay.
Oh well. Okay. 2d8 plus 1d6. Okay, so that's...
Oh, and 1 plus
5.
1d4.
Ooh, 5, 8, so 13. Oh my god.
Oh wait, Tom,
19.
1 second. So it's 2d6. Sorry, Tom, we're stopping you for a second. 2d6
really
plus
well.
1. Sorry, it's 2d8 plus 1d6 plus 1d4, right?
Yes.
What's the poison damage in that?
How much of that is poison?
Yeah.
All.
Okay, just roll 1d4 for me, please.
1.
Yeah, it's immune to poison damage.
Totally immune.
It's a ghost.
Totally immune to poison
Fuck.
damage.
Yeah. Okay, 2 damage then.
Okay.
That
Cool.
went from 22 to 2.
I'm sorry, bud.
That happens.
You cast this this bolt of poison, and it just sort of like seeps into the ghost, like the spectral form, and it doesn't even seem to phase it. However, there is a bright flash of light from your sensor, and it doesn't like that very much.
Yeah, well, just so you know, that would really hurt if you were alive.
And Yaga, you're up.
I have found a spell that I can cast that does radiant damage.
Oh no.
Hang on, I'm looking at another one just in case it's better. Oh, it's just wind. It does not do damage. It's just wind. But it might blow the fuckers away. Anyway.
They might be resilient to it's just a.
Anyway, I'm going to cast Moonbeam, which is a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder of light. If the creature starts its turn there or enters it for the first time, it makes a Constitution save. And it takes 2d10 radiant damage on a failure and half on a success.
Well, fuck.
Yeah. And a shapeshifter has disadvantage on the save. I don't know if this thing is a shapeshifter. It's just spirits.
Do you know what this result is in the roll? Yeah, I got a 13. 2d10 radiant damage plus 1d4.
Sweet. Okay. 10. Sorry, that was 1 and 9. And then a 4. I picked the wrong d10. Should have picked the easier one. And a 3.
So how much is that overall?
It was 10 damage and then a 3 on the 1d4.
So 13 radiant damage.
Sweet.
26 damage overall. This giant beam of light strikes from nowhere. Like, you have to remember, you are in a church. I think it hits one of the stained glass windows, like, perfectly. So, like, it becomes this, like, bright, radiant flash. And the light, like, almost spreads across the entire room. And it blasts this, this swarm of spirits. And there is just this one monumental shriek as the entire thing dissipates. Could you all please give me a wisdom saving?
Praise be the moon!
I believe.
15.
You're fine.
What kind of saving throw was that, sorry?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
I'm gonna roll then.
Dee, why are you telling me every time
Just because she's
'Cause
rolling.
I'm rolling. That was me rolling. That's... Oh, I got that 20.
Nice.
Sweet!
I got a 5. Al and Philippe, you feel this shriek reverberate within you, and like it feels awful, but you shake it off.
We've come a long way since the
But
stealth
you-
throw.
But you watch Phalark fall to his knees with his head in his hands, and Phalark, your health drops to 0.
Bonk.
Oh, no.
Ow!
The spirit swarm is dead.
So am I.
You're not dead yet.
Anyway,
Phalark is unconscious.
Well, what does that mean outside of combat?
Okay, so it means that pretty much normally it would be every 6 seconds Phalark would make a death saving throw.
Yes.
I'll give you... Phalark, could you please just give me one now?
does my face skin help with this?
No.
I got a 6.
That's one failed death save.
It's nice for it to not be me.
It's now up to Yaga and Philippe. How do you get this poor, like, Phalark? There's just like a trickle of blood coming out of each of his
Quick
ears.
question.
I remember somebody buying the health potions from Findy Lego.
That was me, we used them.
Did you buy 2 and we used them both?
Yeah, because you needed one too.
I know. I remember that, but I
Luke,
wasn't sure if you'd maybe bought more than 2.
my Croba's gift, is it only a personal heal, or can I heal someone else?
That's a reaction, and it's when you or an ally within line of sight take damage, you can spend your reaction to instantly heal them using your ink points. You cannot do that because he didn't take damage, he just dropped to 0.
Okay.
Oh my god. This is fuck.
Can we force him to eat a good berry?
You can force him to eat a good berry.
Sweet, I'm gonna cast good berry.
Yeah,
I produced 9 berries.
Yaga wiggles her hand, and you just see Phalark's cheeks gently begin to swell up. Just
And Philippe's just gonna,
at his mouth.
grab his jaw and just move his jaw up and down.
Mush,
Like,
mush.
mush, mush, mush. Just shoves his hand in and just pushes the berries down.
Like there's you successfully make jam in Phalark's mouth.
We have water, you can at least wash it down.
Could you please give me
It's
Constitution
berries, they've got
saving throw, Phalark?
Do a what, sorry?
Constitution saving throw.
Oh god. Chokes.
Dies.
I actually did get a nat 20 on that one.
You just hear this gulp, and Phalark just hops back to his feet with 9 HP.
9, yes.
Nice. So I get up first was, hey Marv, I found that hot new sound you've been looking for.
Yes. Remember why we made that? Does anyone remember why we made that Constitution saving throw?
Oh, not be fat.
Fat Phalark.
Oh,
But I got a nat 20.
Damn it.
He didn't eat 14.
You did. You did
Oh,
make a
it was
nat
9
20.
quite a lot.
You don't feel that fat. It went straight to your gluteus maximus.
Ooh.
Oh god.
That
He's a
booty.
thick boy now. We established in like episode 2 that he wasn't, and now he is.
He's thick.
I really like how much Philippe did in that whole scene. I feel like he contributed
Literally
the
nothing.
most to everything. Shall we continue our stealth to the altar?
Like, I think we can just walk.
Guys, I keep trying to sneak around, but I'm dammy thick.
Oh my god.
I hate you.
And the clap of his ass cheeks keeps alerting the spirits.
So, you approach the altar?
Yes.
Cool. You can now read the sentence on the altar. It says, though both...
Look up.
What does it say?
It says, though both joined in one.
And is that the only thing on the altar?
It's just carved into it, so yes.
Okay. Well, what do we have total?
In the last episode, well, one of the last episodes, Phalark asked me a very good question, which was, what's the punctuation like?
Ooh.
So, you have the sentences currently. What was the order I gave you them?
The more still I stand, 2 bodies have I, though both joined in one. A
Cool.
French solution.
The more still I stand starts with a capital letter and ends with a comma. 2 bodies of I is the exact same. However, though both joined in one, starts with a lowercase t and has a full stop at the end.
So, was the carving on the wall all there was to see? Oh, the bookcase!
Yeah, there's a bunch of hymn books in there. They would probably sell for some. Like, they are religious texts. They're very old, obviously, given the situation. And some of them are in decent enough nick that you could probably... I haven't heard someone say nick in terms, like, in replacement of the word condition in years.
Really?
Yeah! But yeah, so you can find, like I'd say each one's probably worth 5 gold to a collector.
Is it all versions of the same volume, or is it different?
No, they are different volumes. It's just that they all are very much
Weird.
like the same thing. They are
Okay.
all prayer books of different scripts.
That's not what hymn is, dear.
Yeah.
Well, Luke's not a very big Jesus.
Oh, sweetie, you mistook fucking Bibles for songbooks.
Can I steal like a couple of them to recharge my gloves?
Yeah. Does that count as stealing?
Well, there's no one claiming ownership of them anymore.
It's
Grave
great.
fluting.
Is
I'm pretty
looting
sure
stealing?
Tom. I'm sorry, but Tom would agree that it's stealing.
Fine. Give me a sleight of hand roll.
Sleight of hand. 7.
You go to one of the books and you just hear a would you please put that down?
I was just gonna read it.
It's like, well, you can take a seat, you can read it, and you can put it back when you're done.
I do that.
Great. It's not a very interesting read.
I don't read the whole thing. I was like, flick through it and go, not for me.
You just open the first page and you're like, oh, it's got Jesus. Bye.
No, I'm sorry, there's no pictures.
There are pictures.
Wait.
Not in the one I picked up.
Ooh.
So you just said it's got Jesus. So when we accidentally gave someone an idea,
Created
is this
Jesus.
the church that has the idea?
No, because like this church was like a long time ago.
He's using Jesus as a
I
shorthand
know.
for any religion because he's trying to be a funny and failing.
Yeah, I mean, like that's all I do anyway. So
I got, hang on, a 23 on a sleight of hand.
cool. You
While I'm doing this, you
You-
just take the entire bookcase.
like it's like Tom is watching Phalark like with like this stern gargoyle look, and you're just like gently like pocketing books, like.
Philippe's gonna.
Well, like, I am a Yaga, and I'm also like wearing like these religious robes from what I recall. I changed my outfit, right? That happened.
Oh, yeah.
Philippe's gonna do the same, so gotta roll my dice. That's a 20, not that 20 though.
Ah.
It's just the two of you on either side of the bookcase, just.
How many books do we manage to sell?
Like just the only one that doesn't get next is the one that Tom is currently reading.
So
Roughly how much are we looking
Yeah.
to be?
It's about, let's say there's about 20, not 20, that's a lot of gold. No, 20 was fine, that's 100 gold.
okay.
Worth
Wait,
of
were we
books.
just taking the gold then?
It's books, so you have to still sell it off.
Well, yeah.
Are you,
We're splitting this, eh, Philippe?
yes, of course.
So 50 gold each.
Wait, I'm the distraction.
And not on
Alright.
Mr. Payback.
Well, you failed your sleight of hand check, so I'm afraid you're not going to get
I
anything
was
out of this.
helping.
We didn't need help. We rolled well.
Unlike someone.
All right, Philippe. Next time you roll badly.
Which will probably
Yeah,
be
I was
soon.
just gonna say you don't have to wait long. Right, so what else is in the room? Because we've got the thing for the
I
altar.
think this is a dead end.
That's a dead end.
Was there not?
Okay, so we're gonna head on back. Wasn't there?
We go all the way to the metal doors.
You go back upstairs to the metal doors. Cool. So, you walk back upstairs and to the metal doors. The metal doors, they're on the opposite side of the main hall that you were in from that, like what we call the spiritual wing. That's the actual name of that area. It is a single metal slab, beside which there is a glass panel.
Get my mage hand, make it punch the panel.
Oh no.
The glass panel.
No.
The mage hand punches the glass panel and bounces off harmlessly. And when it does, a green light flickers on it. It has a small, like illustrated, like cartoon picture of a brain with a pair of square glasses on it, like, and a little motorboard and hands and legs. And underneath it, it says MEHDI loading.
Aww.
Aw. You fucking made a character.
And after a moment or two, it says, "Hello, my name is Medi. How can I help you?"
Hello?
How do we get through this door?
Allow me to open that for you. The door slides open, revealing a long corridor. You can see the door on the opposite end is another one of these metal panels. However, the room seems to be split into 3 sections by metal bars. So there's one maybe about 10 feet in front of you, then 10 feet behind there is another set of these long metal bars, and then behind there is the door.
Thank you very much, Medi.
You're welcome.
I want to give him something, like
Give him a kiss.
a kiss where I've just smashed some glass.
You didn't smash the glass, your hand bounced off of it gently.
Oh, it just bounced off
Yeah.
it. Oh, okay.
So I can't have you killing Medi.
I'm gonna paint a moustache on Medi.
You paint a moustache on the glass screen, and the pixelated
Yes.
form behind the glass screen just sort of wobbles around. It's not actually on Medi.
Yeah. But now Medi looks dapper.
So let's go into this room? Question mark.
The 3 of you enter the long corridor, and the door behind you slams shut.
Oh.
2 hatches in the roof where you stand open up, and 2 scrolls drop down, each one in a glass case, and there are like wires. You don't know what a wire is, but we would recognize them as wires like hanging from them. And there's just a moment where there's this gentle arcane hum. Could you all just please give me Arcana checks?
Not good at these. Are they
They are
on int or
intelligence.
wisdom?
Oh,
Int. So that's 16.
I got my third nat 20.
Wow.
Alright, I'm gonna roll my dice now.
Why are you saying this every time?
No reason.
I
I crit failed.
Oh, Jesus.
think that
Literally the next roll.
I don't know what to do. Like, you just don't know what they are. Like, you're like, you can't even read them, and they are in English. You're like,
Oh, no. He got his intelligence points back and he's
The
still
other 2 of you.
stupid.
Oh, he did get his intelligence points back. Holy shit. The other 2. Yaga, you recognize them as arcane scrolls, and you were able to divine what the 2 spells are. One scroll is a scroll of detect poison and disease, and the other scroll is a detect magic and detect evil and good. It is a hybrid concoction that is commonly referred to as a scroll of detect curses. Tom, you kind of piece together what this chamber is. I think you look at the scrolls, you're like, huh? And then you look ahead a little bit. There are a series of metal circles on the ceiling and floor that you think this is some sort of decontamination chamber. The scrolls begin to retract, and you hear Medi begin to tut. He's like, "Oh my, you are all so dirty. You're so very, very dirty."
That comment now with the moustache as well is very alarming.
The bars begin to retract into the floor, allowing you to move forward.
I don't like how he commented that we're dirty.
Tentatively.
Kind of.
Hey, Tom.
Tom isn't here.
Oh.
Fuck.
The door closed behind us. We can't even. go back and be like, hey, what's up?
Hi, let me in.
Well, I've got my wand of open and close.
Does that not have a size limit?
No, it's just any unlocked object. Do you want to use the wand of open and close?
Ah.
Is that what?
Yeah, I'm gonna just tap the door. Tunk.
The door slides open, and Tom just outside there is like, "Oh, hello," and the door closes again.
Again, Philippe.
Right, are you ready to run?
Door closes again.
No.
This is a fun game.
And as soon as it starts open, I'm gonna try and run through.
You're gonna leave the room.
Well, no, it's the only way forward. We should
okay.
get Tom and move.
Yeah, we just want Tom in with us.
Okay. Give me a athletics check, and don't crit fail it.
Rolling on my
Yeah.
dice.
All of us are just.
My dice is rolling.
Wait, is one of you rolling for Dora? No, I have not been paying attention to this.
No!
Oh, the panic!
You both,
Baby!
you both rolled at the same time.
Because Tom's stupid.
No, I was the designated boy.
Okay, so Dora hasn't rolled a single dice this game.
No,
Well,
because
she
she's
has.
doing it online.
I was giving you the sound
We were
effect.
making the sound to help you.
Yeah, this doesn't
my
help
voice
you
up,
dumbasses, because when other people are talking, I usually just delete your audio tracks.
Oh, happy birthday.
It's no one's birthday.
You have a great fun little anecdote in this game now because of us three. Well, screw you. Also, I rolled a crit fail.
What?
Oh my god. Change programs. Go into fucking Roll20. Jesus.
Okay,
I'm gonna get crushed by the door.
the door slides up, and the two of you watch as the Philippe reaches his arm through and grabs Tom, and Tom is so much heavier than Phalark was ready for. He is
Am
a
I gonna lose my
creature
arm?
made of stone. Guys, you have a
Philippe.
choice:
You
who
can't
gets hit by the
play
door,
Philippe Phalark
Tom
again.
or Philippe?
It's the only
I'm going to roll a d6. Evens. Phalark, you're the one who has to make this decision. Odds, it's Al. That is a 3. Al. Tom or Philippe? Hey everybody, welcome to the awkward middle section of the podcast. We just want to do our obligatory friendly reminders that you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram, or send us an email at whackaroll@gmail.com. You can also, of course, follow us on YouTube. All the episodes that we do upload to, we call it Podbean, it's the site that we upload our podcasts to. They just automatically upload to YouTube, so we are on YouTube as well. If you leave us a comment, any one of those platforms or different thingy-mabobs, we will include you in the podcast as a named NPC. I also just want to take this opportunity to say a quick apology, just because our schedule has been a bit lackadaisical over the last few weeks. We obviously missed a week, we had a really short episode last time, and this one's gone up a little bit late. There was a few summer holidays here and there booked by our lovely cast members. We are still new to this whole scheduling thing and podcasting thing, so there was just a bit of up in the airness to that. We now have backlog re-recorded and we're back on schedule, so we just want to say we're sorry about that, and hopefully we'll be good as gold. Yeah, that's the expression. Good as gold from here on out. Anyway, that's all you really want to hear from me. It's probably more than you want to hear from me, but tough. I'll let you get back to the podcast. Toodles.
Okay, now I don't have to think about this in real time. I can consider all options. Okay, so Philippe loses an arm probably. Or we crush Tom to death completely. What do we think?
Tom might have loot.
I would very much like...
Inside him?
I would like my arm.
In his innards?
Which arm is it, though?
Yeah.
It would be Phalar.
non-dominant?
Sorry, it would be Phalaric's dominant arm. Yeah. No, it would be. No, it would be Philippe's dominant arm.
My
That's
painting
pretty
arm.
bad.
Oh my god.
Is he not?
I would just like cry. Oh my god.
So,
He fucking like has to paint with his non-dominant hand and discovers impressionism.
we don't have a guide in here if we lose Tom, but he is also not very forthcoming with any information.
And I feel like, we're getting there. I can't think of an occasion he's been useful. Do I?
He just tells us where we are, and then we're like, oh, what else can you tell us? Classified. Like,
Yeah.
great.
I don't like how much you're contemplating between my arm and an
Between
NPC.
an arm and an entire sentient being.
I mean, he is gonna be like the password to a big door or something like that. Fuck. Like we have to put him in a slot.
You have to pick up the Gargoyles like, in you go, boys. Like, yay.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know
it's-
about that, because he was, like, stationed outside. Well, I think I have to crush the poor gargoyle.
Is that your decision now?
Or whatever might happen.
I thank you
to
for your
him. He's not the
mercy.
one that rolled in that one.
We could fix Philippe's arm.
Could we?
I reckon.
I don't have bone-creating spells.
Wait!
What?
What happens if we crush Tom and Philippe casts mending?
It's too big. I can only do a single tear.
I have
Right, but he
I
is
have
also a sentient being, and I have, like, necromantic shit.
and I have mending as well. We could just like put him back together piece by piece.
Are you just gonna do lots of mending?
Jesus.
Yeah, go on then.
Let's crush the gargoyle, I guess. We're doing it.
Okay, so we decided.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you let us know what his last word was?
You grab in essence what winds up happening is Yaga, you grab Philippe and pull backwards, and Philippe like stumbles backwards, still holding on to Tom the Gargoyle, and like Philippe falls backwards, like lying on his ground, and from Philippe's perspective all he hears is this horrifying crunch of metal on stone as this door
Jesus.
completely cuts Tom the Gargoyle in half at the waist.
Oh god, he was full of blood!
Cogs
I didn't expect him to have organs!
cogs and like springs and all these like intricate copper pieces spiral outwards of Tom, and Tom like just sort of like stares blankly up at Yaga for a second.
God.
It opens its mouth and it's just like, but Yaga.
No!
Oh no.
And its face becomes still and lifeless.
At least the guilty
Oh.
conscience is on Yaga, not Philippe.
That was very much like a Frankenstein's monster.
Oh my
Father,
God.
why?
In his head, Phalanx just invented the Nutcracker.
Give me a performance check.
It's not enough dance, you prick.
I want it. Give me.
Half of his...
Fine, he wasn't actually. He was miles away. That's why I was thinking of this. 12.
Like Phalar is just humming one of the songs from the Nutcracker.
Can somebody give us one of those? 'Cause I don't know.
Boop, boop, boop,
Do you not know any?
boop, 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 boop,
Do,
boop.
do,
Dance
do.
to the Sugar
That
Plum
is-
Fairies.
Boop, 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 boop.
I also watched.
Okay, so Tom the Gargoyle lies in pieces at the floor in front of you.
Full of copper wires and bits and springs and springs.
Springs and springs indeed.
It didn't have to crush my body.
Wow, who's thought of that song in years?
I like that
Go
song. It's on my work.
too.
It's on my walk to
Yeah,
work
nice.
playlist.
So are we gonna attempt to mend Tom now or later?
Oh, half of his
Yeah.
pieces are on the outside of the door, yeah?
Oh. Can we fix his head?
You can try. Could you please read out spell mending to me?
So it's it says touch a single tear or break in an object no larger than 1 foot.
Object, really? That specific? Well, non-specific.
Yeah, in an object you touch while leaving no traces of the damage. The damage can't be longer than 1 foot in any dimension. The spell can fix constructs and magic items, but can't restore magical
Oh,
properties.
well, there you go. It can't restore a magical property.
He's a construct.
He's magic.
But he's a construct. fucking stupid steampunk D&D
Right,
technology bullshit.
Does he
Question.
have, like, a control gem or some shit?
Do
His
you want to loot the body? Arcana check, please.
His body's in bits. Oh, that's only a 6.
Because I'm discovering
So,
things
I don't
that I didn't know I had. 14.
14. Phalark, you rummage through the body. And I think a lot of this is like out of your field of expertise. Like, yes, there's a lot of magical stuff here, but like at the same time, a lot of this is like unique science to like whatever was going on here. You get a few pieces of information here and there. Like, firstly, the body of this creature.
His name was Tom.
Someone was going to do that the second I said this creature. The body of Tom is very much composed the same way automatons are. There aren't many automatons in this world, but you do actually know one.
Oh my god, we do! The funky lizard got one!
Yes, the funky lizard
Yeah.
did get one. Samil back at the camp. They pieced together MLE, who you put together. You have never interacted with Emily. Or Samil, now you mention it.
But now we will.
And there's a chance that they may be able to piece together this, but you think that the components are there and like they have sustained enough damage that you wouldn't be able to like fix it with a cantrip. But someone who identifies themselves as a tinkerer could be able to do it.
Okay.
Okay, so let's
Last-
gather as many pieces as we can.
Wait. Last quick question. Are there any components that could be like the main like processing, sort of like labelled, like got a sticky label
Motherboard?
saying
Yeah,
Tom's
that's kinda what I
brain?
was looking for.
I think that's a fair shot. I think like
Like in Treasure
I don't think I
Planet.
really pieced together how this works. So I think that you find this like large like it's a reddish stone that is shaped almost like a human heart deep within his chest. That like it's definitely the only part of him that seems to be any sort of unique component. If that makes sense. Apart from that, it's mostly cogs, springs, and like wires.
Okay, second question.
Okay.
Do we test
Nope.
to see?
That's the answer. Oh no! I just realized what you're thinking.
Do we tiny servant him and see if it gets his processing power?
Do you want to do that?
Like,
I'm frightened.
because it won't destroy the object afterwards.
What if it's...
It just doesn't.
guess, but-
It stops being a tiny servant, so we might still be able to use it with Vin.
What if you format the memory card?
That'll delete all the previous saved data.
No.
Yeah.
You don't fancy it? Don't want to risk it?
I mean, it does sound very dangerous.
Oh, right.
And-
My one thing.
Not gonna lie, lads. We already crushed the boy. I don't know if we really want to like
Yeah, I
fuck
don't
with his soul.
Make a hand puppet out of him.
Okay, fair.
Like,
At some point
Respect
we
for the
need.
dead Philippe.
At some point we need to do the tiny servant test to see if it's going to be Henry again or something.
Yeah, I know.
That's the bridge we haven't crossed yet, and
I don't think
scared.
Philippe's ready to know yet whether his son will ever come home to him.
it's too soon.
Oh god.
He
So-
watched his son die.
Gathering up as much of Tom as possible, right?
I think we just need the one unique part because otherwise it's a lot of bits.
But he was saying like a tinkerer would be able to repair this, and implying like
I
getting
think
the
that like you
bits
can gather as much of like the copper springs and such, but like when it comes around to it, the shell that like housed Tom, it was like granite. Like you're not going to be able to just carry
Yeah, it's
around
enchanted stone
like a couple, like probably like a
All that.
ton of stone.
rocks.
Like
But we can make a nice kitchen worktop
for
out of
fuck's sake. Respect the dead, Philippe. Phalark said like 5 seconds ago.
it. That's before I thought of turning into a nice kitchen worktop.
Let's not.
Yeah. Fair.
But I will take all of the copper, the springly bits. Anyway,
Look,
now
yes.
that we've hemmed and hawed
Well, no,
on this
Tom's
for
got a
10
question.
fucking
There's another
minutes.
5 minutes to go.
Damn it.
It's not 5 minutes. If a spell begins with a creature of my choice that I can see,
Yeah.
does that include me?
Do you have a mirror?
I am a creature
Yes, you
of my
can.
choice. Cool, I cast Healing Word on myself.
Great.
Using the Iron Wand.
Oh, shit! You're using a magic item!
It can cast first level cleric spells, which is pretty good. So 1d4.
It's not a phenomenal thing for you to
That's
touch with
4.
your fingers, but like you're like ow, 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 tingle.
Oh yes, of course. I mean, I'm wearing a glove.
Okay, you don't do the whole thing where I go ow, 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 even though it was really funny, Tom.
Okay, fine. I do
That was more owls, by the way.
Go.
So I heal 11.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, that was really hurt.
Emotionally. You really like Tom.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I guess progress now.
can
Okay,
we
so you move
please-
through, we're into the second section of this decontamination room. Cool. When you enter the second
Yeah.
section, the metal bars rise behind you, and Medi's voice chimes in again. It's like, we can't let filthy things like you into our nice, clean laboratory now, can't we? Please hold for decontamination. The metal plates in the ceiling start to dispense this light purple liquid. It smells faintly of lavender, and it sprinkles down onto you.
Is it pleasant?
It's quite a pleasant smell. About maybe... It feels like a thorough cleaning. So, like, it does that sort of, like, it not burn, but, like, you know, you're, like... It makes you, like, feel like you've got lost layer of skin. Yeah.
Tingly.
However, it definitely starts to affect your feet more as it begins to pool around the bottom of the room. There are metal plates on the floor, but they are, they seem to be covered.
Ooh. Okay.
No, it's a stonish chamber. It's just that it's got metal plates. I should have specified that the corridor is made of stone.
So he obviously wants us to find a fucking pluggle.
How big is
Before we
the
drown.
bit where the water's coming from?
What do you mean, the grates in the ceiling?
Oh, is it a full grates? Okay.
There are 4 different grates, one in each corner of this small section of the room you're in, and each one is dispensing this pink liquid.
I'm rolling to investigate the metal plate to see if I can move it. And I rolled. What's investigate? Is it wisdom?
It would be perception,
I keep
not
rolling.
investigate.
Oh, right. Okay. Perception is wisdom, so that's 20, not
Okay.
nat.
There are 2 different sets of plates. There's ones on the ceilings and ones on the floor. Which one are you investigating?
The floor.
The floor. You kind of lean down and you see that they definitely have some sort of rotatable mechanism that would insinuate that they're supposed to open up to reveal like a drain underneath. It's just that they seem to be a little bit rusted shut. As you realize this, you hear Medi's voice just be like, I think things as dirty as you need a more thorough cleaning. And the shower...
Oh, you're gonna up the pressure, aren't you?
The metal grates in the ceiling begin to rumble. And one by one, they sort of ping off as rather than sprinkling down, the pink liquid becomes like these sort of like fountains.
Okay, so with the grate on the bottom, so is it like there's a plating kind of underneath that should
Yes.
move out the way?
Yep.
With the great holes, are they big enough for Philippe's finger to fit in between? Or-
They
Actually,
would,
no,
but like...
I don't need to touch it. I'm gonna reduce the size of the platings in half. Or should I just make... Or should I double the plating? That might break the grate and just let it all drain really quickly. Which one would be better?
Well, I mean, I could always destroy the water.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say
yeah.
that.
Oh my god! My puzzle! My cool flooding room sequence! You motherfucker!
It's just like the water's just pouring from the ceiling and Yaga's just holding a staff to it where it's just disappearing as well. I can wait here all day.
Sorry, casting Destroy Water. Could you please read out the effect to Destroy Water for me, just so I can be really disheartened?
Create destroy water. Let's bring it up.
Damn, I was well pleased with my idea as well.
I was really excited for your idea, Dora!
Too bad. Simplest
Philippe was
route
actually going to do something other than causing the death of an NPC.
Probably not.
Okay, destroy water. You destroy up to 10 gallons of water in an open container within range. Alternatively, you destroy fog in a 30-foot cube within range. Okay,
Great!
that's it.
The water explodes.
Really? That's 10 gallons or less?
I don't know how much 10 gallons is.
10 gallons is like...
What hats?
Not that much. No, not when it's like streaming down on us in a torrent.
Yeah.
So you could probably use it to buy you some time.
Stem the flow.
Is it a
Yeah.
first level spell or is it a cantrip?
It's first level, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's first level.
So
So you wouldn't be able to use it to empty the room, but you would definitely be able to use it to
unless
buy you some time.
Unless.
Yaga,
Uh-huh.
do you have any spells that can like create moonlight or anything? That sounds like a druid thing.
I mean, I have Moonbeam that I just used to fucking kill a dude.
Oh
Kill a
yeah.
bunch of...
Is that cantrip
things.
or what?
No.
No, that's level 2.
Ah, damn it. Because the fucking Iron Wand recharges with moonlight. So I could just like just an auto-completing loop of constantly casting destroy water until there is no water left on the planet.
Oh
Just
no.
to create global warming.
So what was Philippe's plan?
Yeah, I guess we're back to that.
I'd say, by the way, the water's probably like knee deep at this point.
I was gonna
Jesus.
either...
Well, I can destroy that!
I was
I
either
feel like
gonna...
scrubbing his feet.
I was either gonna enlarge the bit that's stuck on the grating and it would just destroy our hole maybe, or reduce it in half and it would just go as normal and not potential structural damage. But a little less
I
exciting.
think reduce... I mean, I worry that enlarge would just not... Like, would in fact just block the water more.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna do my enlarge and reduce the thing that should be moving out the way in half, so some of the water can get out.
You reach your fingers down below and you tap one of the metal plates and it shrinks down to the size of like a small coin. And the water begins to spiral down that newly opened pipe. And it takes a moment or two for the... Like, I think that, like, it drains still slower. Still, like, slowly. So there's a bit where, like, the water is, like, still rising, just a lot slower for a while. But after a while, the fountains stop. And the water begins to drain away. When the last of the water drains out, the metal plate... the next set of bars just kind of, like... shunk into the floor.
Sweet.
Sorry, Medi, do you have dry shampoo or anything?
There's no response.
Mehdi, please may I have a
It's not
towel?
very conversational.
There is no response.
Hairdryer?
Huh.
There is no response.
I will give you a bid if you give me a towel.
There is no response!
It's not talking to me.
I miss Tom. He may have been useless, but at least he responded to us.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So, we go.
Okay. You walk into the next section of the room. The metal grate pings up behind you again, and you all suddenly get hit by this huge blast of warm air. As
Oh, well, there we go.
yeah, exactly. As it sort of blow dries you for a second, and then the door in front of you opens up into the next chamber.
I also have water breathing though, so y'all can get fucked. It's the Yaga show now.